Welcome back, guys, to a little time-lapse episode of the Factorio Let's Play. So yeah, I thought today let's just make a little bit of a time-lapse situation here out of this. So yeah, I played almost an hour actually, and what I did is just building the ore outpost mostly. So I completely filled in all the miners, all the belts, and all of that kind of crap. So what I also did was just fixing up some random stuff actually. So I fixed up the power situation. So I planted a lot more solar panels and accumulators, because I kind of thought like, hey, maybe this new whole thing is going to suck a lot of power, which it will definitely do. Yeah, so I kind of just placed down more solar panels, or basically I let the bots do that, and they are not completely finished at the end, so yeah. Another thing that I did was look at the coal, because we are pretty much starved of coal at our plastic site, which I then kind of fixed up a bit by looking where the coal actually goes. And I saw that we have like a splitter that splits all the coal between the main bus, where the plastic is, and our like half of the steam boilers and steam engines, the ones that are actually like active all the time, and the old like iron smelting kind of thing, which is still running. But the boiler and furnace side actually was set up as the priority, so they got essentially all the coal, and the plastics didn't get a whole lot of it. So first I removed that priority, and then I just thought, hey, we have so much solid fuel, and then I kind of just replaced all of the coal there with solid fuel. And I kind of just torn down like the on-demand boilers that I set up to only like work when the accumulators are pretty much empty. And then I set up the remaining steam engines, the ones that usually were running all the time, or originally were running all the time, and I set those up to only run when the accumulators are empty again. So now we are not relying on steam anymore, or essentially we are not using steam anymore, except for an emergency, which I think is pretty cool. And yeah, now we have essentially more than enough coal again, because the coal doesn't get wasted for all of that crap, which I think is kind of smart, kind of great. So now I kind of told you what I did, which is like the first part, or should be like the first part of such time-lapse episodes, but I also kind of want to talk about some topics all the time, because I think this is like the perfect spot for me to talk about some topics and to make this into almost a little bit of a podcast situation. I mean, time-lapse episodes, they won't be every time, obviously. The next video probably will be another one, because there we will be building like all the furnaces, which I think is something we could do in like a time lapse. But yeah, I won't be doing like everything in a time lapse, obviously, because also time lapses obviously take a lot more time to make. I mean, I have to record longer. For this video it's like an hour instead of the usual like 20 to 30 minutes. So that's already like 2 to 3 times as much. Then I have to spend more time editing the video, and then I also have to sit down and record a voiceover, which I'm doing right now. So yeah, all of this combined means that time-lapse episodes probably take up like 4 to 5 times as much time. But right now I feel like I have enough time and motivation on my hand to make that happen still. So topics, kind of. Obviously, if you want to listen to me talking about a specific topic, then definitely drop that in the comments down below. I will also talk a little bit about comments, because I think that just makes sense in this scenario, and I actually got a comment here on the channel from Jonas Bischoff, which I want to talk about. By the way, he has like this nice Fallout 76 avatar. So, well, he asked, YouTube shows me currently that as a creator, you can now pin your favorite comment to the top of the feed. Yeah, well, thank you. So he asked, could you do a German series too? So that probably means that he's also a German, just like me, in case you didn't know and you can't tell by my horrible accent. But I actually don't want to make a German series. I mean, I also answered him that I don't want to do that because I want to keep all my content open to all people, essentially. I just think that on a channel that's mainly focused around being English and international and all, I wouldn't like doing a German series. And I mean, it has even more reasons than just, or I think it has even a better reason, which I don't want to comment, because I usually look at comments when I'm on my phone and then I don't want to write as much. So essentially the thing is kind of, I mean, sure, I could like, let's play a game in German, like an entire one or something like that. And maybe there is a game where that actually makes sense. Maybe actually there are some videos that make sense in German, then I will make them in German. But the problem is with like, probably what he's asking about is like something like an entire Factorio series in German. So there are essentially two types of series I could make in German. There are interesting ones and there are non-interesting ones. If I would make an interesting series and do that in German, then the problem would basically just be that all the people that don't understand German are upset because there's like a series that is pretty interesting, but they like can't really watch and understand. So that's bad. And then there is the other possibility of me making an uninteresting series in German, which then is, well, uninteresting, and then even the ones that understand German don't want to watch it because it's not really interesting. So, that's kind of the problem in my eyes. There are actually some YouTubers even that I watch in English that are actually also German. So there is Der Bauer, for example, who does like crazy overclocking videos. And he handles it that way that he uploads videos twice, like once in German and in English. Obviously for his kind of videos that makes at least a little bit of sense. For Let's Plays it obviously doesn't make any sense. And for the tutorials it might make a little bit of sense, but it's just, for me, too much work, I think. And then there is also Great Scott, who is doing like some electronic project videos kind of style. And he's also German and makes the videos completely in English. And I think even in a question answers video, he also talked about the possibility of making German videos. And he essentially, also refused to do that because, it's just a lot more work to do a video in like two languages. I mean, as I just said, for Let's Plays it obviously doesn't make any sense because Let's Plays, I mean, with like live recording, you can't like live stream in two languages at the same time. That also wouldn't make any sense. For my tutorials, as I said, would work obviously, but just the effort would be too much, I think. I mean, I already don't have enough time to make enough tutorials, so doing them also in German is, So I would have to translate the entire script, and not only like put it into Google Translator, I would obviously have to translate it all in a way that it still makes sense. Then I would have to record it again, I would have to edit that recording again. And there we are again, already talking about like 3 to 4 hours probably. And then because like nothing completely 100% matches up with the English one, I would also have to completely re-edit the entire project file. I mean, it would be pretty much similar, but still I would have to do like a lot of manual work, and I would guess like a grand total of like 5 to 6 hours more just to also make a German version, while I'm like taking somewhere between like 10 to maybe 20 hours for a normal tutorial, and then like adding 5 to 6 hours on top of that. I don't know. I don't think that would make a whole lot of sense, to be honest. So yeah, that's kind of why I don't want to make videos in German. But as I said, maybe like for videos where it might actually make sense, which I can't think of any examples. So yeah, but I guess that's kind of it for today, and for the entire time-lapsey thing. Please write down in the comments how you think I should make these episodes, if it's like good the way I made them, or if I could improve something, and also what kind of topics I should talk about. So that was already everything I have today. See ya in like hopefully 2 days for the next episode. So have a great time. See you all then. Bye bye.